Welcome to the Mostly Pottered at Night. Mostly, I am Salem, joined by my co-host Graveyard.
Hello.
This is episode 203. That's 203 of our weekly All Things Horror podcast. We finally say after a while to the crocs of Lake Placid. And now we're turning to a director's spotlight of one of horror's biggest new directors. More or less. I mean, it's kind of only been around for a decade or so, which is short in the, I'd say, famous horror director department. With Osgood Perkins. He doesn't have a whole lot of movies under his belt just yet, but they're all ones that I've seen, at least. They got something special going on, I think. So we're doing 3 today. Join us for The Blackcoat's Daughter, Longlegs, and Keeper.
Yes, I think I looked up before. I forgot again that he is Anthony Perkins' kid, the original Norman Bates.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Right. That's why if you look at his history of stuff, he starts having credits in the Psycho sequels, not the original one, but in the Psycho sequels.
Yeah, he plays a younger version of his dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I know I watched the Psycho sequels once, but that was a very, very long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's on our list to eventually get to them.
Yeah, I think I saw 2 and 3. I don't know. I think they have more, but I don't think I saw past that.
There's only 4.
Yeah, well, I don't think I saw the 4th one.
Okay.
All right. So I guess we'll start off with The Blackcoat's Daughter from 2017. Now, this story jumps around a bit.
There's 2 timelines, yeah.
Well, yeah. There's 2 timelines and 3 characters, which are really 2 characters, but I guess that's major spoilers, but you're here. So there's 3 characters, right? So we're basically starting off in a Catholic girls' school, like a boarding school. And there's 2 characters. One is Catherine, who is like a freshman. And one is Rose, who is, I don't know, a senior. I have no idea. And then third character is a character named Joan. And she's older. And she's not at the time, not at the school. And she's kind of seems to be homeless and kind of hitching that direction towards the school.
Yeah.
She says she's going to a town just past it, but it looks like she's going that direction. Again, because these stories jump back and forth and they eventually converge. So at the time, we have no idea who this character is or why they're going that way. But I'll catch you up on what Joan. She wants to go towards the school. She meets up with a guy and his wife, who are going to visit their daughter's grave near the school.
Yep.
And that's it. And he's being nice to her. He gives her a hotel room to sleep. He's, giving her dinner, cause she's obviously looking like she's sleeping rough, so he's trying to be nice, and they eventually go towards the school. That's all you need to know until basically the end of the film.
Other than they're very religious, but I don't know most people that would do that.
I mean, religion has nothing to do with it. It's just if you're a nice person that goes out of their way to help people.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't think most people would stop and do that, honestly.
Correct. I mean, it's a helpful kind of person, but I don't think it necessarily means religious person.
Well, I'm just saying because the school's religious. So
the school's religious, but that doesn't mean that they are. Yeah. Anyway, so now we're back to Catherine and Rose. Now, they are at a boarding school, and the holiday is coming up. I think it's spring break.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's winter. Anyway, it's got to be Thanksgiving break, maybe, or something. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. They don't really. I don't think they even say what kind of break it is. They just say break. Anyway, so all the other girls leave the school. And they're the 2 girls that are still there. And they're they go to the principal's office hey, what's going on? The one is like, oh, I accidentally told my parents the wrong day, so they'll be here tomorrow. So I just have to stay here the one night. That's Rose. And then Catherine, the freshman, is like, oh, I don't know. They're supposed to be here, but they're not showing up. I don't know why. Okay, well, everybody's leaving, but there's like, the sisters, the nuns that like stay here always, like they'll take care of you for the night. Just, figure out where you're going in the morning. Um, Catherine starts acting weird, goofy, but we kind of see Rose's viewpoint of she goes out with her boyfriend and she thinks that she's pregnant with his child, but, obviously she's young. She doesn't want to do it. They like, break up or whatever. We don't actually see this happen. There's just lots of drama. And she comes back late, sees Catherine acting really weird, like worshiping the furnace.
Hell
and she's
yeah.
like, and she's like, this
Provides
is yeah, this is really fucking weird. You're acting really weird. So they go to like the nun sisters, like, hey, what's going on? And anyway, they're gonna eat dinner together and make sure that she's okay. And then murder happens.
Yep.
So the nuns end up getting murdered. There's blood and stuff everywhere, but we don't see anything from Catherine's viewpoint up to that point. So then we go backwards in time and see Catherine, and we see her acting weird up to that point. And we get to see her actually commit the murders. Now, at this point, we kind of figure out that she has been possessed by a demon of some sort or another.
Yes,
we don't exactly know what kind.
Furnaces. Yeah.
Yeah, we just know that she's been possessed by something that's telling her to do stuff, and that's why she kills the nun sisters, and she also ends up killing Rose.
Yep.
And then whatever happens, the police or whatever thing happens, but we don't see the kind of aftermath. We get to see her in the hospital, so we know she was like caught kind of at some point in time. And we see that the demon, the priest who had left before the bad stuff happened had come back and done an exorcism, and the demon had like left her or appeared to have left her.
Right.
And she was upset about it. She was like, no, wait, come back. So then when we fast forward into the future, we find out that Joan is actually Catherine, and that we've jumped forward, I don't know, 10 years. I think it was like they said it was 9 years.
9 years, yeah.
So we've jumped forward 9 years. And for whatever reason, she is now going back to the school. We get a couple of flashbacks where she's been like murder hoboing around. And she's going back to that place. And we find out that the old couple, is actually Rose's parents. And they're going back to put flowers on their daughter's grave for their anniversary of her death. And when they get back there, she ends up killing them on the school grounds. And then like goes back to the furnace. And then that's the end of the film. We don't really find out.
We don't know if she got repossessed or it seems like the furnace is dead.
I have theories.
You have theories? I have theories as well.
I mean, do you want me to give you my theory right now?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's where the film ends. We don't get any answers. Okay. We don't know what possessed. Maybe there was no possession at all. Maybe she was just fucking crazy. We don't know.
All right.
But I think at the end, when she comes back, she is not possessed, but she kills them on the school grounds as kind of like an offering,
as a
sacrifice to try to see if she can get it to come back. Obviously we don't know if it worked because she like walks in, looks at the furnace, and that's it. That's the end of the movie.
Yep.
So we get to see that she came back there. She killed them. Did she get repossessed by the thing? Was she always possessed by the thing? Did it only come back to her now after it was gone for a while? We no idea. We have no answers to any of these questions. This is just my personal theory, is that she felt lonely and hollow, and since it left her, now she like decides that, oh well, fuck it, I need to try to get it back. So I'm going to go try to do what I can to get it back.
Yeah, she escaped the mental institution.
Right.
Yeah. That's your theory?
That's my theory.
I like it. I think I know he's never officially said yes or no. I think Longlegs takes place in the middle of this. It's the same entity. Because Longlegs takes place in the 90s. This takes place early 90s and late 90s.
Right. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
there's no really like crossover. We don't see what the thing looks like in Longlegs.
But like the demon shadows, I mean, yeah, demon shadows are pretty generic, but they look very, very similar between this film and Longlegs that we see in the background of Longlegs.
I mean, I don't think they have to be in the same universe. I mean, sure, why not?
It could be. There's no reason for it not to be.
No, I mean, but well, I guess spoilers here, but at the Longlegs, they specifically talk about the man downstairs.
Yeah,
They're talking about the devil. And this, again, that's what I kind of like about this movie a lot, is that they don't say devil, they don't
correct.
say demon. We have no idea what it is. It's your kind of everyday possession story, right? But we don't get that kind of level of information. We don't find out what its name is, what it's here for, how it got there, and we don't get any of that.
Yeah. But I just like I said, in my head, I just think of it kind of close to the same vein that, like, he who walks behind the rose is the same name for the same creature across all of Stephen King stuff, and they just didn't have a name for it at that point in time when they made Blackcoat Stellar.
I mean, it could be the same, or they could be buddies. I mean,
right.
Who knows?
Yeah, like I said, that's in my head canon, they're connected, even though he's never officially said so.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. I mean, there's a lot of other kind of little subplots, but they don't really go anywhere.
Yeah, but no, I agree that she's bringing people back there, and like, essentially, was she possessed, and that made her kill the daughter, or was the nuns the first thing? I said, yeah, I agree that she's trying to bring him back there to get the thing back to her, because she was lost and confused for 9 years without it. But yeah, I agree with your theory.
All right.
What are olives this? Well, we have to go to highlights and low points, obviously.
Yeah. So, you want me to go first?
Sure.
So, I mean, it's fun to see payphones, right? I mean, I guess this is set in the 90s. They don't really give you a time period as to when this happens, but I mean, based on the payphones and like stuff like that, I guess we can kind of extrapolate. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny that like payphones were everywhere, and then they were nowhere. Like they disappeared. Like I feel like in like one single year they were just gone.
Except all the places for them are still there.
Right? Yeah, they just like tore them out and they're just gone. It's very strange. It's like something that you use every day to something that is never used ever again.
Well, it was that one payphone in the desert, like in Nevada, that people were supposed to get in ghost calls and numbers were calling it. Is like the last working payphone that they eventually tore down because it kept getting like people are like sleeping out there and just I don't know what harm it was causing, but yeah.
I mean, they're still around, but yeah, there's obviously like they barely ever get used anymore. But back in my day,
it had to have it.
We used them all the time.
You had to have change on you for the payphone, especially like middle school or high school if you needed to call home for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, my mom was always like, "Here's your 2 quarters."
Yep.
Yeah. So moving on. So we'll go like the kind of atmosphere and cinematography, especially like use of lighting, and this is very good. It's very kind of dark. I mean that in both in the presentation and in that how the lighting goes and stuff like that. It's a very like kind of dark silhouette-y type movie, but I think it fits it really well. It does good. James Reamer's in it.
Yeah.
He's the dad. He's really the kind of only person that I knew.
No, Emma Roberts.
Sure.
You don't know Shirin Kirpka because you haven't watched The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
I don't know what that means.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the Netflix
Oh,
show.
no.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'd say the score is really good. It really highlights, like the imagery and things that are happening, and I think it really kind of stands out. The stabbings are just kind of brutal, I think.
Yeah, they are.
That is like we see every stab. Like a lot of times, you see stabbing, you'll see the knife, come in off screen, but it doesn't actually like do the stab, or we might see like one stab, then it'll cut away. But no, this one is like we see every stab, and it
there's
is
a
like
lot.
it's brutal. It's like, wow, that's disturbing.
Yep.
And again, I do like that it's a demon possession story, but I think it's a demon possession story done the right way. And this is what I say, like you can tell the same story, but just do it in your own different, unique way. Like it's a kind of Exorcist type of story, just told in its own way, in its own direction, right? I mean, like you boil it down to the root of the story. It's not anything new,
right?
But it's just presented to you in a very unique and fun way. I think a lot of people are like, oh, you can't do the things that have been done before. Like you can, you just have to make it interesting. You don't redo the same thing.
Right.
You can do the same kind of story because there's only so many stories in the world. But just present it differently. Put your own fingerprint, your own twist on it. That's what he does here, and it did a fantastic job, I think. But again, like, did the exorcism work? Was she even possessed? Because she would like have mental issues before this happened. Like she was like, not all there, like wound really, really tight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what was up with her parents? Right? Like, she was obviously calling them. Why weren't they there? Like, what's going on? Like, I think she was like severely mentally disturbed. That's why I said like the possession angle. It might not have been an actual possession story. It's not like anybody else saw the thing. Right. She was the only one that saw it. Like, it might have just been her, like, literally, like, manifesting schizophrenia monsters. We don't know. But again, the twist was fun, where you find out it's a timeline thing. It's like a Westworld thing.
Yes.
Spoiler, I guess, if you've never seen the first season of Westworld, there is a time slip in there. But yeah, I always like those. We get like different perspectives, but yeah, you don't necessarily have to be at the same time. There's no rule that says, hey, all these things have to be happening simultaneously
in chronological order. Yeah.
Right, yeah, it could be happening all over the place because I think Joan is the first character we see.
Yes.
So we start in the future and then go to the past. That's all I got for high points.
Yeah, definitely the cast. I knew Kiernan Shipka because of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I guess she was also in Mad Men, but I didn't watch.
I watched Mad Men, but she must have been a minor character. I have no idea.
She was, yeah. Emma Roberts. She's done, lots of American Horror Story, a lot of other horror stuff that you've really watched that stuff. I think the acting was spectacular in this. It worked well. It was also like a good slow burn and build up to it. Right? It's just like you don't, it takes a while for all the stories to converge and like, holy shit, and you don't realize you're following two different timelines. You just assume that Joan was just there getting to the school, like she's gonna be the new student, but lo and behold, no. And I said, stabby, stab, stab.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's brutal. So she doesn't stab him once in the car like the parents. She stabs him like what 10 times each.
Yeah, it's a lot, and it's like brutal. It's like not just like no, it's like throat, stomach, back.
Yeah,
it's like ow.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this was his first like written and directed film, right?
Yeah.
It's a brutal, great take, as you said, for his first film. He said just a different twist, a different piece of it, like, and that's what you need. That's what you need. You just like Does everyone need to make The Exorcist? No. Do we ever need another Exorcist movie? No.
But as I'm saying, it's like, but you can tell a similar story, but just like if you look at The Exorcist and you look at this movie, like two completely different movies, but like I guess if you boil down the story, they're very much alike.
Yeah. But that's what I have over my low points. It's a dark film.
Yeah. See, that's on my good side. I like that.
No, I mean like visually dark.
Yes. I said that too. I said lots of silhouettes and lots of interesting lighting.
I do not miss payphones. I'm like,
well, it's just the bygone era. I miss here's what I miss. I miss the times of, if you went out somewhere, you were out.
Yep.
Like people would call your house and you're not there.
Yep.
That's it. You're out. Like you're out with whoever you're out with. If somebody else is looking for you, they ain't gonna find you. Like if you want to avoid someone, you can just avoid them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That those days of like freedom are over. And I don't like that part of it. Like now that everybody has their phone all the time, you call somebody, they don't answer. It's like, oh, screw you. Because they have their phone.
Yeah. But also, we've talked about this before. Like people have like this insatiable need to have to answer the phone when it does ring, and like you're in the middle of something. I gotta take this. Why? You're in the middle of doing something else. Like you don't know what they're calling for. You don't have to answer. Like,
well, again, yeah, that's you've never lived in the 80s when you're eating dinner and the phone rings. Like nobody answers that phone. You just let it fucking ring, and that's it. And it's like, but yeah. I guess the younger folks of these days never had that, They always have like, oh, I got to answer it when people call me.
Yeah, I'm just if it's not like emergency or like someone's texting me first, it's not that bad. But like it's amazing. Like they talk about like when she was supposed to be staying there, she was like, you can't live with us. You have to stay with the headmaster. I'm like, that seems weird. Right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's talking about like past Joan might have to stay with the headmaster. Like they said that a couple of times.
No, she said she wants to stay with the headmaster.
Still weird.
Well, yeah, that's weird, but I mean it would be weirder to say you're staying with the headmaster now. Like, whoa, that's not appropriate. No, like it's her. Like again, she's not in the right place mentally.
Yeah.
She's like whatever reason she's latched on to this guy as kind of like her father figure. Right? And like now she's like doing whatever he says and looking up to this guy as her dad.
Yeah.
And so that's why she wants to stay with him, because she sees him as a father figure. I don't think it was anything more than that, but in her messed up, state of mind, that's again, everything that he said was, her dad, it's like her dad told her to do this. She's going to do it.
Yeah. And like I said, you talk about like the actress, was she possessed or not? Like how uneventful the exorcism was. You think that she really actually wasn't.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was like a floating a bit, but like, again, we don't know how much of that, like she was in a mental hospital,
right?
Like, strapped down. We don't know how much of that is her own, like, version of what happened.
Yeah. Well, that's what I have. How about you?
Yeah, like parents just leaving their kids like that. Like I can't imagine, even in that time period where like you're a kid in a boarding school and you're calling your parents and they're just not calling you back. Like how crazily shitty is that? Like,
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Catholic schools aren't fun.
No.
I went to Catholic school for a year. It was not fun. Did not enjoy it very much. Teen pregnancy. It's bad, kids. Abstinence is the answer. And the nun sisters, like, are they sisters? Are they nuns? Because they weren't dressed like nuns, but they were referred to them as the sisters. It's like, okay, so they're nuns, but they like live together and they like treat each other like real sisters. So like, are they just sisters? Are they the nuns? Are they both?
It could be all of them.
Yeah, I was confused on what their relationship was. Like, are they just like like a lesbian couple that just like pretends there's something else, because they kind of gave off those vibes too. I was very confused.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. What are our olives for this episode?
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything that like they all have, so I went with dramatic angles because there is quite a few of those.
Yeah. You want me to go first?
Hey, sure, why not?
It's my first time seeing Blackcoat star. I think, was this your first time as well?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not bad. It's a solid watch. I will give it a 7 dramatic angles out of 10. How about you?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. I'll give it an 8.
8. Sweet.
Moving right along. There's a couple of movies in between here, but we'll do this a different time. We're going to 2024 with I think this is the one that everybody kind of exploded on the scene with.
Yes,
was Longlegs.
Yep. All right. I mean, there's a lot that happens, but also not a lot that happens in this film. It essentially, we are introduced to our main. I can't think of her name. It's escaping me.
FBI lady.
FBI. Crap. I don't remember her name. Lee Harker. That's it. Lee. Agent Lee, and she's like going door to door trying to do a manhunt. She has like this weird premonition. She's going with her partner, and she's like, "Oh, well, we should go to this house." Like, no, we gotta do door to door stuff. The guy goes there, and boom, just gets shot immediately. And
well, she says he's in this house.
Yeah. Yep.
And he goes, okay, so he knocks the door, bang.
Yep. And yeah, just I don't think that's really tied to Longlegs as a whole. It's just like her assignment that she happened to be doing. And she, of course, she gets questioned for this stuff, and then she starts going through tests because she's like, "Oh, I thought it was there." And they put her through like a psychic test, for lack of a better word, and she's like trying to be like a random number generator. And we find out it's like, "Oh, you beat it 8 times." She's like, "Yeah, but I also lost to it 8 times."
Yeah, 8 times, and the generator was 100. It's like rolling a D100.
Yeah,
and getting it correct 50% of the time, you got some psychic ability.
Yeah, not fully, but just
no. There's definitely something there though. That's way over the average.
Correct. Like best guess. Like if say that means 16 times. Well, the chances of you getting it right once of a pure luck.
Right, exactly. 100? Your chance of getting it correct is 1%.
Yeah.
Every time. So it's extremely. But if you got it right 50% of the time, you have something.
Right. And so like, okay, cool. And her, director brings her into this. Like, okay, here's the thing we're trying to figure out. They're tracking, they're tracking Longlegs, but like there's just weird things. Like they find the note that has ciphers at every location, but it's always like the father that kills the family and then themselves, and that's the only connection. Like there's no forced entry, there's no way that like a different weapon's brought in the house. Like, okay, everything's there, so how is this happening? And that's what they're trying to piece together and figure out. And she's going through this work, and she finds out that like, oh, every kid has a birthday on the 14th, not just like May 14th, but like a 14th throughout the entire year, right? Like, oh, okay, so that's some pieces. She's kind of figuring out the ciphers and all that jazz that's going with her, and then we get little glimpses of Longlegs kind of throughout the way, just played, I think, brilliantly by Nick Cage.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of the whole I think gimmick of the movie was that Nick Cage is, and I guess continues to be,
eccentric.
Yeah, I mean he's out there, right? I mean he's got fans, but whenever he does something, it's usually worth a watch, right?
Yeah.
And this is like he went all in, because Nick Cage, you either get like the crazy, goofy, out there Nick Cage, or you get the like knuckle down, like ultra acting Nick Cage.
Right.
And I think he gets a bit of both in this one, which is rare. Usually you only get one or the other, and in this one you get both.
Like, would if you didn't know it was Nick Cage, would you know? Like, would you have ever guessed that was Nick Cage?
No, probably not.
Because you don't really focus on Longlegs' face for much of anything. It's a lot
Well,
of
you
low
don't even
shots.
see you don't see his whole face at all. Well, I mean, you see like a flash of it here and there, like if you paused it, but obviously if you're in a movie theater, you can't pause.
And it's very heavy prosthetics too.
Right. So yeah, like heavy prosthetics, like it looks nothing like him, full contacts, full everything. It, his hair is totally different. It's you couldn't tell by looking, and he does a voice.
Yes.
So it's like there's very few times where he says certain words that you can go, okay, that's how Nick Cage would say that word. But like, if you just were watching a movie and you had no, information ahead of time and you didn't know who the cast was, like, I don't think
the best way to describe it was Charlie Manson doing Marilyn Monroe.
Kind of. I mean, it's just. It's out there. So even when you do get his full on face later on, even when it's Nick Cage, you have to you're looking at it like, man, that really doesn't look or sound like him at all. But then you get a little bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the one time where he's like driving in the car and he starts screaming to himself.
That's Nick Cage.
Like, okay, there he is. Right. But it's that's really there in the interview, I think there's a couple of moments where you can see it, but it's overall the vast majority of this film totally different.
Yeah. So they're investigating it. They eventually find a barn with a survivor. They find a doll.
Well, essentially, yeah, she uses her psych ability, and apparently she's autistic as well. So she uses her number powers to she matches up all of the killings that they had led to Longlegs that they found the letters for and stuff like that, and she formed a pattern out of it, and from that pattern she was able to go and find another murder group that they had not found before. And in doing that, they found out that it didn't hit their radar before because there was a survivor.
Right. Yeah. And it's absolutely amazing. Like they said, they find a doll, they do an autopsy, and there's just this weird sonic metal ball that's in the brain. It just seems weird. The coroner's I swear I heard it saying something before, and now it's not doing it, but it's in its head. It's the brain, for lack of a better word. That's just another piece of it. And all throughout this movie, she's putting off talking to her mom, and she's kind of piecing all this together, and she finally talks to her mom. She's like, I don't remember my 9th birthday. She's also born on the 14th, and lo and behold, we found out that Longlegs did go there, and the mom made a deal with him. It's I will help you do this, just save my daughter, right? Let her grow up. And so she did meet Longlegs back then, and Longlegs just kind of figured out who she is. Went to go visit the surviving person, but signed her name. Right. And they're oh, don't you have IDs? No, we probably should, but no. All right.
Well, I mean, if you're going to visit somebody in an old folks home, they're not going to ID you. They're just happy you're there to visit somebody.
Yeah. But eventually, like I said, we find out that they catch up to him, they capture him, they kind of do interrogation, and they're he just serves the man downstairs, and it's I've been waiting for you, and then he just bashes his own head in. I'm oh, we still have 20 minutes left of the film, and Longlegs is dead. But so we find all that stuff, but finds out about dolls. We the backstory is her mom's been doing this and bringing the dolls to these houses, and there's an essence of Longlegs in that steel ball that's in their brain. And then that somehow gets it gets into the house because the mom's oh, it's a gift from the church. They bring a doll for their daughter's birthday, and then something happens. We don't get fully, because there's a lot of paranormal, supernatural stuff in there, that it convinces the parents just to go on this spurious rampage fulfilling like the lives needed to sacrifice for the man downstairs. And we find out like the director's daughter's having a birthday, and you're like, oh, and her mom's there, and the doll's already delivered, and we see what happens to that. Like, the director goes, huh, I need to cut the cake. That's like gonna be a long knife. Hey, wife, why don't you come with me? And so he stabs his wife in the daughter. He starts going after his kids. She shoots him, but then her mom is like, hey, no, this isn't good. We have to keep doing this. And she's like, I'm gonna keep doing this. And she ends up killing her mom. Yeah, it just kind of ends with the daughter like in a haze and still like under the influence of Longlegs in his essence.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, also, they eventually figured out who he was, because she had taken a picture of him when she was a kid.
Yeah.
And so they were able to find him, and he gave himself up and went in the interview room and gave them no information, but ended up killing himself
Right.
in the interview room. So the final scene of this film, Longlegs is already dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it just is whatever devil essence continuing to go.
Yeah, and I have a theory with this film and how this works. Do you think that because of the supernatural piece of it, that her not dying and essentially having the essence gave her the psychic ability?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, again, it's Blackcoat's daughter is like, it's kind of up in the air whether it's all in her head or not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know. It could be, it could not be. This one, there is for sure supernatural things happening.
Right.
So people are being like mind controlled in some way, shape, or form. So there are mind powers involved.
Right.
So yeah, it's not a far stretch to say that, maybe she was touched by this thing when Longlegs was still setting up to actually kill her.
Mm-hmm.
But since the mom was like, I will be your accomplice, don't kill the daughter, okay, yeah, sure. Did she benefit from that link somehow? Sure, because it is supernatural, and he is doing supernatural things. He has a supernatural patron of some kind.
Right. And in my head, when the mom has the doll that was for her, and she shot the essence, that I also think that maybe she lost her powers when that happened, because she got greatly affected by that being shot.
Who did, the mom?
No, Lee. Like, she passed out.
Yeah, she got shot. She weighs like 90 pounds, and she got shot. She's gonna be hurt.
I'm saying when her doll got shot, that it also affected her. Like, we saw some black mist also leave her head when that happened.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, I mean, does that mean the psychic ability left? Not necessarily. It just means whatever link that they had. I mean, that was like the thing that Longlegs was like holding her hostage with.
Right.
Was that. Right.
Yeah. But like I said, that's kind of my theory, is that when that happened, that she lost that gift. I don't know.
I don't think she lost it. I think she just lost whatever the connection was, because there's obviously some kind of supernatural connection to her because she couldn't remember it.
Right.
Like, the guy, Longlegs, was literally living in her mom's basement.
Yep. Making dolls.
and she was there multiple times. She grew up there.
Yeah.
And didn't know that he was there. Obviously, someone is messing with her mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think it was just whatever link that was there. I think that was like showing that whatever cloud was put in her mind is now dissipated.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily means that her gift is gone. I think it just means that now she's going to remember everything. Now she's going to see the real truth.
Yeah. Like I said, that's just my old theory, kind of, that maybe got rid of it. We don't know.
I mean, once you open your mind up, it's kind of hard to just turn it off.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've seen this movie now twice, because I watched it when it came out for streaming.
I think I watched it a couple of. I watched it once, and I watched it again with someone else. I don't remember who it was, but it was. I think it was. I don't know, somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, they hadn't seen it, and I was like, oh well, we'll watch it. I'll watch it again with you. And so I think this is the third time I've seen it.
Okay. Yeah, it's an amazingly solid film, I think.
Yeah, it's very well done. It's very interesting. It's very well done. Again, it's like, kind of like a Satan worshiping cult story,
Yeah.
right?
Mixed with
But
serial killer.
done,
Yeah.
done, but in a very interesting
Mhm.
way. I mean, yeah, there's different elements of different things you've already seen, but they're mixed together in a really cool way, I think.
Yeah, and like I said, takes place in the 90s because there's no cell phones, and they had picture of Clinton as president.
Right. Yeah.
So
this one is very clearly in the 90s. Blackcoat's
Yeah.
daughter is you have to
Iffy.
guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I will go first. Like I said, Cage, he just nails it.
Wait, I don't think Blackcoat's daughter can be in the 90s because I just remember that one scene where the headmaster asks her where her cell phone is. And she said, "Oh, I haven't gotten one yet." And it was like a weird thing that she didn't have one, which means that it would have to be at least in the 2000s.
Sworn it said it took place in 1991, the opening part.
Well, I mean, then that scene makes no sense because he very clearly says, "Where's your mobile phone?" And she says, "I don't have one yet." And they both look at her like, "Wow, what are you, living in the 50s?" You know what I mean? Like, so at that point, it would have had to have been like at least halfway into the 2000s. Because like it didn't really hit that fever pitch until like I would say 2005 ish.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that one scene really, as I was like, something didn't feel right about it being the 90s to me. And I just remembered that scene.
Okay. So yeah, the main events Blackcoat's are the first timeline's 1993, the 9 years later is 2002.
Okay. Then that scene doesn't make any sense.
Correct.
Because in 1993, no one had a cell phone. Like cell phones were still like a fucking briefcase.
Yeah.
I remember those like the trapezoid cell phones came out in like the late 90s. So like those are the first ones I remember anybody ever carrying around. And those would be, not in the 92 or 93. That would be much later. So yeah, that scene does not make sense to me then.
Huh. Anyway. That's all right. I said Cage nailed it. The acting was great across the board. The marketing for this movie was insane.
Well, I mean, yeah, because Nick Cage is involved. Nick Cage was like real big at the time. I mean, he still is, but he was very big at that time because there was a lot of wacky stuff happening around him at that time period, and he was very popular. So it like this was coming out like the height of one of his waves. I mean, he has waves. He's never fully gone away, but he has peaks, and this was at one of his peaks.
Yeah, like the marketing, like the first trailer was just like the birthday picture, right? And then Longlegs. Or like you're able to call a number and he would sing the happy birthday to you, right? And it's marketing done well and like really kind of hide the Nick Cage of it all. I thought it was great.
Yeah, like I knew Nick Cage was in it before I went to it, but like even knowing that was Nick Cage, it's still like wow.
Yeah. In your head, do you think she wins? Do you think evil still wins? Do you think the daughter's like still in that trance and not going to snap out of it? I mean, I feel like she may have stopped this part of it, but there's still probably more.
Well, I mean, whatever the patron entity is they're not gone.
Right.
It's like their plan is stopped, but at no point did she directly interface with whatever the entity behind it.
Right.
The man downstairs, as Longlegs calls him, right? Like, again, there's nothing there. Like we actually see the cloud leaving her mind.
Right.
Which means if it leaves her mind, that means that she'll be able to make it leave the daughter's mind. But her parents are still dead.
Yeah.
I mean, so she's still messed up, but she did save the daughter's life. and the daughter is more responsive than the previous survivor who was catatonic.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think she did as good as she could have. I mean, the only way it could have got better is if she got there before the parents killed themselves. But
yeah, it's like I said, I still think evil still kind of wins because like even before all that, there's always the background imagery of demons and devil stuff that's there, and I think that you talk about the lighting and stuff like that. That's still, you can see that from Blackcoat's art to Longlegs. He's still playing with that. It's like you have to, like, if you blink, you might miss it, type of stuff in it. I appreciate that. That's what I have for my highlights. How about yours?
Yeah, Nick Cage, we already talked about. I like the kind of intro, the way that the kind of opening crawl grows, like it does, like the kind of camera does, like the old like Super 8 with like the square with like the rounded edges. And then as the crawl goes on, it widens out into like the full shot. I thought that was done really well. It was pretty cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the serial killer code letters are always fun. I mean, all the weird ones that exist out in the wild are bizarre.
That still are not solved.
Oh, I mean, I think they've gotten all of them.
They just got didn't they just get the last letter ciphered?
The Zodiac one?
Yeah.
They got it a while ago. It's kind of up in the air because the ones that they could not solve, it looks like he did them wrong.
Right.
That's why. Like the guy who eventually solved them had to like essentially say, here's the error. Here's what he did wrong. He tried to do this. He failed and did this instead. If you do the original way it was supposed to be, here's what it says. And it has a very clear message that matches all the rest of his messages.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to decode it in the same way that the other ones were decoded, it's nonsense, gibberish. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
But that's because, the code was put in wrong. But there's still a lot of people that say, oh, I don't believe that. I believe this still means something. He would never make a mistake because they never found out who he is. So there's a lot of people that still believe he's like this super genius person where, like, in reality, he probably wasn't. But if you take into account that he's imperfect and fucked up a couple of his ciphers, then yes, they are solved. But there's still a lot of people out there that think that they're not.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he was always ahead because he was just toying with the cops.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that go goofy because there's a lot of killings that got definitively proven because he sent in the letters like pieces of the cab driver's shirt.
Yeah.
Covered in his blood. That was like literally when they found his body in the car, he had a chunk of his shirt cut out.
Yeah.
And he was sending them pieces of that shirt. So this is for sure the guy who shot that guy, right?
Yep.
But at a certain point, we knew that they were getting letters from him and he was claiming that he was killing more people, but none of those matched any of murders.
Yep.
None of those matched anything. And he was trying to say like, oh, you won't find out because I'm doing it so well that you'll never find it. And like, that's fine. But like, he's claiming that he killed like 50 more people and like no one found out. Like, okay, 50 other murders all look like accidents and nobody ever thought twice. Like, again, at some point it looks like he just stopped actually doing the murders and just started pretending to claim them.
Yeah.
There are a few credible ones. But a lot of them are just him, tallying numbers up and not saying what they are or what they mean. And there's not enough unsolved murders in that area to justify that number. It's all over the fucking place. It's a fascinating story.
Yeah.
But it's all over the place. It in the beginning it was a for sure thing. As time goes on, like, yeah, it was the same guy writing the letters, but if there's anything definitive behind them, that's way up in the air. Most people think it's not.
Yeah. Sorry, sidetracked you.
I've read a lot of the books. Sorry. Yeah. So, man, yeah. So call those. Again, we already talked about atmosphere, cinematography. Cool. I mean, the time period was interesting. Like, again, I think it's more fun to make movies during that time period because of the whole nobody has a cell phone thing, right?
Right.
There's a lot more tension, suspense, because it's like, in modern day, like, why don't they just call people? Why don't they just use their phone? Like, they always have to have a scene where they go, oh, I don't have signal. It's like boring.
Yeah.
Every movie has, oh, we don't have signal. Like every movie, they have to get lured somewhere where their phone doesn't work.
Which
it's
is
like
not
it just
really a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's just boring. So if you just set it during a time period where there are no cell phones, I think it makes the movie way better.
Yeah.
Like that's why, to me, I think 80s horror is probably the best because you don't have to think too hard about that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll use the phone. Oh no, the phone line's been cut. Right. Yep. Simple, easy. Yep. Right. No phones will work in the entire house now because the line's been cut, and it was that simple. If you could literally go to the house and just cut a line on the back of the house, and none of the phones would work.
Yep.
It really was that simple back then. But now it's like everybody in the house has their own cell phone. Like, how hard would it be to like find everyone's phone or somehow jam everyone's phone? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I think it's more fun without cell phone. Sorry. Going out again. That's really all I got for high points. I mean, it's great overall, fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's just all these things come together, in a great package. But those are like, I guess, the standout ones. Lows, okay. Lee obviously has severe social anxiety.
Yeah.
And like it was like triggering me while I'm watching it. Like that's how I think well it was presented, right? Is that she has extreme social anxiety. I know what that's like. So like I was like commiserating with her, but like really I was like, oh man. Like some of these situations were making me feel uncomfortable. Like you show up to somebody's house and a little kid's like, you want to see my room?
Nope.
And she has to like go with a little kid to like look at her room. Like I would feel awkward as shit. I totally understand how she feels. But it wasn't a pleasant experience. I think the 90s, there's also like that satanic panic still going on to a degree, which is not fun. I know they didn't really go too far into like the, like Hail Satan type thing. There are a couple of them in this. I mean, that's for sure what is going on, but at least they didn't do like the generic, Satan worshiper, thing that like, oh, everybody's a Satan worshiper and they're all killing babies and shit. I'm glad they didn't do that at least, but the satanic panic is still bad. And I remember the first time I watched the ending, I was like very disappointed.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I watched the first watching of this film. I was very disappointed at the ending because I was like, man, I expected more.
Yes.
But like the more I watch it, the more I think I appreciate it now. Like, I think it's much better now the second time. I don't know if I was expecting something different. I was expecting this big grand finale with like Longlegs to pop out and do something crazy, right? I don't know what I was expecting, but I was kind of like let down. But again, now that I watch it again a couple times afterwards without expecting something else to happen, with just appreciating it for what it is, I think it's much better. I don't know what it was. Maybe there's something in the marketing that was like saying there's going to be this big epic conclusion, and it really isn't. It kind of ends the way that you figure it's going to end.
He wins.
Right. I mean, yeah, but like, she tries to do what she can. You know what I mean? There's confrontations, but not with him. I think it feels like he kills himself and you're like, okay, what the fuck? The movie's named after him.
Yep.
Like we got a whole nother, 20 minutes to go and he's dead. Like what the hell's going on? I think that was just kind of made me disappointed at that time. But now watching it a couple of times, knowing that that's going to happen, I think it's great. But I don't know. I think I was just expecting more the first time. But no, now it's great. So if you watch it and you're disappointed the first time, watch it again later on. I bet you'll like it better. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm like, I need I don't know if we had like the right amount of longs. I could have used a little bit more long legs, as you said. Like that conclusion, right? For sure. Okay, so what's really interesting to me is that she brings up the idea to her director that maybe he has some sort of mind control or stuff like that. He goes, no. Like, bitch, you believe in psychics. Like, you think you're psychic people. Like, why is that part too far-fetched? You know what I mean? When you have something supernatural in the movie, it's such a weird take that most people go, well, yeah, psychics are real, but this other mind control thing, it can't be possible.
Well, I don't think he wasn't the one that fully bought into her being a psychic.
But
Like he like I understand he was like, well, you beat it 9 times. Like I think he was curious, like, how did you do that? I don't think he was like full on like, oh, you're psychic, believe it. That's it. No, I think he was like, what is your deal? Like, how were you able to do that?
yeah,
I don't think he was necessarily full on board with her being psychic, because he never asked her like, what's my future or anything like that. You know what I mean? He just kind of tried to trust her intuition, thinking, because some people have like an intuition and they just know things. They just know the right direction to go.
Feeling. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Some people have that. I think he just thought that's what it is. And hers somehow, I don't know. But again, she seems like she's like on the spectrum.
Right.
So I think he might be thinking like somehow she has Rain Man powers and can like number crunch it somehow. I think that's what he thought. I don't think he thought she was like supernaturally psychic. That's why when she's like, "Oh, it's mind control," he's like, "Okay, no," because again, he's not in that supernatural world. He's still thinking there's a real world explanation as to why she can do what she does.
But do you understand my idea? Like, if you have a movie and you have vampires, and someone goes, "There's werewolves," you're like, "Whoa, that's too far." Like, I don't think it is.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't think he was the one that said no to mind control, but I don't think he was the one. He never said that he believed that she was psychic either.
Yeah.
The only thing he said was like, you beat the number generator 9 times. Like, how does that happen? I don't think he said it like, oh my God, you're psychic. I think he said it as like, what did you do? Like, how did you know that? Like, how did you beat the system? I think he thought she was like, autistic with the Rain Man powers, and he was like trying to like get an edge as to how she did that.
Yeah.
I don't think he fully believed that she was supernatural psychic.
That's fair. But I was just stretching for something. Because it's a great movie.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's me personally. That's how I felt.
Yeah, that's fair. That's all I got. You gonna go first for the number of dramatic angles out of 10?
Sure. Okay. Again, I think the first time I saw this movie, I would have probably given it like an 8 or maybe 8.5. But I think now that I've watched it a couple of times and I appreciate it more, I think it's up to 9.
You think it's only 9?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what more could have really been done for this, right? I can't envision something that could have been changed to the movie other than maybe the ending a little bit more grandiose, I guess. So I'm going 9.5.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. It's almost like, I would call it like a modern day 7.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's,
you know, because like you have to capture the guy in 7, but like they don't win. Like he still wins.
Well, you say they capture as if like he didn't expect and planned to capture. Like 7 is, the whole movie is his plan.
Right.
And it goes exactly according to his plan. There's only one thing that happens that he didn't account for, but he manages to get out of it anyway.
Like, I still feel like Longlegs knew all this stuff too.
Well, he knew that he would be found, that he was like sitting there waiting at the bus stop. Like he knew that they were going to arrest him and come for him.
Yeah.
So like that was part of the plan.
I feel like that his plan just worked just as well as, John Doe's did in 7.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, John Doe put his own death in his system.
Right.
I think Longlegs killing himself, I don't know what that, I'm sure it meant something.
Yeah.
But we don't get that information.
Right.
So.
Right. So.
All right. So moving right along, we'll do Keeper from 2025, which is, I haven't seen this one before. I knew we were gonna do this episode eventually, and I didn't want to watch it twice.
I'll say there's still, once again, not a whole lot happens in this film.
No, really, there's not. It boils down to Tatiana Maslany, one of my very favorites, is she goes to a cabin in the woods with her like boyfriend who she's been dating for like a year.
1 year, yeah.
And it's like his cabin in the woods. They go out there for like a kind of romantic weekend escape type of thing. They get there and they're like, you know, it's a very contemporary, fancy place. It's not like a, you know, what you'd imagine a cabin in the woods looking like. It is not like that. It is like a very much rich person's, like, you know, resort cabin, which is, you know, really not slumming it at all. It's like just another really fancy house, but in the woods.
Correct.
So they go there and they're trying to enjoy themselves. His cousin that lives next door comes over with like his Eastern European model mail order bride. I don't know.
Yeah, she was Russian.
Yeah. Well, she was Eastern European. I don't know what it was. You can't say. She could be Russian or I don't want to mix them together because they get upset if you do that. I don't want to do that. But Eastern Bloc,
yeah,
for sure. So anyway, like, you know, he kind of crashes their party and you know, brings it down, but he eventually leaves. And they're trying to like have a good time. And he's like, "Oh, the caretaker left this cake. You want some?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't like chocolate." I was like, "Oh, bet you Graveyard knows this guy." But so she's like, "I don't like chocolate." And he's like, "Oh, I thought everybody liked chocolate." She's like, "No, not me." But he gives her chocolate and she fucking eats it anyway. So she eats a piece of cake, and then she like wakes up in the middle of the night and like goes down and eats the whole rest of the cake.
Fingers and all.
Yeah, like literally scooping it with her hand, like it's obviously like drugged or something.
Oh, and she like find pieces of fingers in the cake.
She found pieces of something, but it wasn't. We didn't really see what it was. It was just she was in like a, you know,
yeah. After she was warned, the cake tastes like shit
by the Eastern European lady who didn't speak English, supposedly.
Yep, and then you just go, okay, now, yeah, that's a red flag immediately.
Right. Yeah. So like the next day, the guy's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a doctor. I got to go into the city to like help out one of my patients. Like, you'll be okay by yourself, right? See you later." And then at this point, it's basically just like creepy, weird stuff starts happening to her. She's seeing things. You know, is she hallucinating? Is she not hallucinating? There's like monsters in the house. The cousin comes over and is like really weirdly overbearing to her.
Yep.
And like kind of barges in, and she like goes and hides in the bathroom, and then he like disappears, but she finds his watch in the garbage disposal. And she's like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." And then there's like, again, weird stuff that's happening. The dude ends up coming back, and she's like, "Yeah, I want to leave like now. Like, let's go." And he's kind of like, "Okay, we'll just wait, you know, calm down. We'll be all right." And then she just goes, no, like, let's just get the fuck out of here. And then he just kind of goes, "No,
yep.
You're not leaving." So he basically tells her like this bizarre story of like how him and his cousin 200 years ago found this lady trying to give birth in the woods by their family home.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to help the lady, they shot her in the ass.
Yep.
And then tied her up in the pig barn.
Yep.
And then I guess killed her.
She
and then some
birth to like demon creatures.
Right. So. They killed her though.
Yeah.
But then she still somehow gave birth to creatures, but some of those creatures were already there.
Yep.
She was just a part of them. Anyway, there's some kind of creatures that live in the forest. And somehow these creatures can gift life energy to the guy and his cousin.
Not before they age 40 years.
Right. But they have to. Well, again, we don't know when they cut off the power.
Yeah.
Like that's how they might know that it's time. Anyway, whatever it is, they get all this energy from them. And at some point they stop giving it to them and they have to bring them a sacrifice of people. And then they like eat these people and then they keep getting their energy back.
Yep.
So they've been living for 200 years because they keep sacrificing women to these demon things. And like that was another thing that she found as creepy in the house, is she found evidence of like other women being there.
And we had
Like,
montages of other women like on dates. We found out that these were all the women, and these are like the like drug hallucinations that she's been having throughout this entire time.
Right.
Or these
yeah. So
women trying to reach out to her.
Yeah, like she's not the first.
Right.
She's just the current one. And it's happened to a whole bunch of other ones, and she gets flashes of them. And then he leaves her to die, essentially, right? Yep. And then they take her away and they bring her to like their lair. And in the lair, they pull out this like head out of a big jar of honey.
Yep.
And this was the lady who we see in the beginning of the film giving birth that got shot in the ass. It looks exactly like her.
Yep.
And so because it looks exactly like her, they now see her as like the queen bee.
Yep.
And so then they like, she commands them to stop giving them power. So he turns like super old. And then she essentially like ties him from a tree and then dunks his head in honey and kills him.
Yeah.
And then she becomes the queen bee of the evil monsters in the woods.
Now, do you think that she has to then start that process to stay young?
Or was that her all along and she went back in time?
Right.
But I don't know. I have no idea. That's the kind of thing that I guess Osgood Perkins does, is just cut out, again, not necessary information. That's a different thing that pisses me off. This is not like something that was planned out and you just remove information to make it interesting. No, it's like that we just don't know. But it also doesn't matter that we don't know.
Correct.
It doesn't change the story in any way.
It's a way to make you think about it and then be able to have theories, food for thought, stuff like that. It's like he's kind of leaving it up to you to like, it's not, there's that piece, like is it rude information that you'll never see coming, or just going, and here's the dump and everything you know, and everything's always answered for you. Like that's not always good either.
Right.
It's fun to think about like the implications of the stuff, and he does it, I think, pretty well in all his movies.
Yes. So that's it.
Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, the intro was pretty cool. Like you said, it talked about like the different relationships,
Mm-hmm.
like we get to see like their first meeting, and then like, as it goes along, and like, their things are doing well, things are not doing so well. But it's all like in their faces. Like there's no speaking or anything. It's
right.
like all body language. And then like at the end, it turns like bad.
Right.
But we don't get more information than that. But the intro is just interesting. It's just like a kind of a long line of different women going through this cycle, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Again, Tatiana Maslany is in it. I think she does a fantastic job.
Yes.
Acting in this movie. Like she is great. And I think she was on board the whole thing. She's like executive producer on this movie too. Like she was like all in on it, and she did a fantastic job. I think they did a really good job with like the water imagery. Like, like it kind of like water like fades in and out of different shots.
Yes.
Sometimes, or like just kind of adds things to different shots, like as it's going on. I thought they did a really good job with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the suspense and tension is done well. It's done well in all his movies, but I think it's done again a little bit better in this one. And I like to call them mushroom flashes, because it's like she was on mushrooms, but there's like weird flashes of things happening all the time. But you don't know, is like, did she really see that? Did she not? Is this thing that's there, that not there? But then there's another thing that it's kind of on both sides, because it's played very well, but it's also a bad thing. And that's like, women, when they get in a situation like that, it's really hard for them to get out. Right.
Yes.
Because like she got there, he drove her there, and now she's like, it's like up to him to like get her out of there, and she's making it very clear that she doesn't want to, be there anymore. She wants to leave. And he's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the weird situation of like, at what point can you push? But like, again, being a woman, it's hard to do that. Like if you push too hard, is he going to go crazy and kill you? You know what I mean? Like you're in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
like again, it's a very real fear. Like the whole, like the cousin comes to the house and he's like, oh, let me in. And she's like, no, thanks.
Yep.
And he's like, well, this is my family's house. You're not going to let me into my own family's house. And again, it's like, she has to like charge herself up and like be ready to be that, disarming, happy female to answer the door, right? In order to like placate you so you don't murder her. And I think that's the kind of the whole point of the film. That's the whole kind of, I think, feeling it's trying to convey is that like she's kind of trapped there
Right.
in more ways than one. And, she has to try to like be nice and placate the man to like let her leave. And I think that a lot of women feel that way when they get in situations, even just going to a guy's house, right? They feel that way because they can feel like they're trapped if they don't like have a way out. And it's scary. And so I think this movie would probably be much scarier for women. But I think it's well done. So
Yes.
I enjoyed it for being what it is, but I think for women it might be more actual scary. That's all I got.
Yeah, like I said, it definitely Tatiana Maslany carried the film and really well. I think that I think they worked together on The Monkey, that she was able to get that relationship, did it well. And I have to say, as you point out, finally, movies are representing people that don't like chocolate.
Yeah,
we have a voice. There's two of us.
yeah.
Yeah, that making her eat that cake. I'm like, that was disturbing to me.
Well, now that I know it's that easy, I'm just gonna make you eat chocolate the next time I see you. I'm just gonna like, hey, look, here's the cake. I don't like chocolate. Here you go. And you're just gonna eat it anyway.
Yeah, I'm like,
with a smile on your face.
That was gross. But yeah, the imagery was great. The build up, the tension. The creatures were weird designs, but like well done. Like they felt like a mix of like Pan's Labyrinth, the Crawlers and Descent, and like Cenobites. In my head, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, mine are on the they're on the other side.
Oh, that's what I got though. Okay, so I'll go with my low points. Man, like, okay. Now, do you think Malcolm, like, he seemed very like sauce at the very, very beginning of the film? Like, he just seemed really nonchalant. But like, is he just that cocky that he could just act that way and like she won't notice? Like, he just seemed off like from the very beginning.
I think it's just the callousness. I think it's because he's trying to come off like he's done this many times. So like, yeah, there's a part of him.
It's a drudge routine at this point in time.
Right. There's a part of him that does like actually like these women. But it's just the thing that he's done. I think the part of like being upset about it happening it's over for him.
Yeah.
Right. Like now it's just a ritual. Now it's just a thing that has to happen. So now he's just callous about it. So like, yeah, she's scared. Oh, bad things are going to happen. It's like, whatever. Like this, I've seen this happen a whole shit ton of times. I'm just like, we're just going to make it happen. Just get over it. I think that's why he's coming off as kind of like aloof, is just because he's seen this. he's done this multiple times before. So he's like, whatever. We're just going to keep rolling with it.
But yeah, like he just was off in the very beginning. I wish there was a little bit more of like a build up to that.
Well, I think another thing is they kind of go out of their way to show you that she is kind of like the independent modern woman.
Yeah.
Right. Like she does things kind of like her own way. She doesn't necessarily fit into that mold. And he is portrayed as like your kind of Squaresville generic guy. And so like when she's talking to her friend is kind of teasing her like he's a super generic normal dude that she's not really, that's not really her type. That's not really somebody she's been with, like again, like she's a joke of like, oh, he bought me a cardigan, and she's like, let me guess, it's beige, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it was, because again, he's again square kind of dude. And I think that's the kind of what they're leaning into in the beginning of this, is like he's just a kind of square nerdy dude that is just like out of his league when it comes to being around her. And she just kind of like gifting him her time.
Yeah.
Is kind of what it feels like in the beginning. But as you know, as you go through it, you realize he's acting like that simply because
He's
he's
jaded.
played this shit before. He's done this before. Like, she thinks, you know, she's special in his life, but really she's just another tool for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, when she's talking about the honey, like that jar of honey is way too full. You're wasting honey. Good honey. Yeah. And you know, for all these people that deal with supernatural entities, if you bring home someone that looks like the thing that granted you these powers, don't. It never ends well for you. You know what I mean? It's always like, oh, just this reminds me of this, you know, person in the past. Like, you know, you know something supernatural. If it looks like the person from the past, just don't bring him home. Like that is your fault. That was your fault, Malcolm. Like,
well, maybe, yeah, but maybe he thought if he gifted her to them, that might mean something better for him.
maybe.
I don't think he thought that they would like actually do something different. They've been doing the same thing for 200 years.
Yeah.
Why would they do something different now?
Yeah.
Again, he also talks about them like they're idiots.
Yeah.
He has that whole story of like them being a fish. He's like, yeah, imagine you catch a fish, and the fish goes like, you can have 3 wishes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if the fish has a power to grant wishes, why doesn't it wish itself off the hook?
Yeah.
Right? That's what he's saying. Like, because they don't think that far ahead. Like, they have this tremendous power, but they can't think that far. Like, they're not that smart. They only can see what's right in front of them. They can't think beyond it. So I think over the 200 years, that's what he thought he learned. That they just eat. All they do is eat what he gives them and then give him power. That's all they are. And that I think they're showing that they're more than that. And that's obviously shocked at the end, but I think he's just overall shocked that they could actually have some kind of independence.
Yeah. Does the cousin die?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you think that asshole dude would let his Rolex fall into the sink?
No.
Right. Do you think that asshole dude would let her get away without at least being like,
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying like he would have necessarily sexually assaulted her, but like, do you think he would have let her get away without talking to her, making her feel like shit? Absolutely not. He would definitely take every chance he could to do that. But knowing that Malcolm isn't there, like I think he probably would have done more than that.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's just he comes off as that type of dude. But yeah, for him to just disappear like that, and then like, yeah, there's a fucking, his watch is in the garbage disposal that's now running. Yeah, of course he's dead.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about all I have. What are your low points?
I mean, cousin Darren was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
The cake eating was like,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
stop eating that cake. Like, stop shoveling it in your mouth. It's disgusting.
Especially chocolate cake.
Well, wait, I can't eat chocolate cake like that. That's the kind of chocolate cake I take a bite of that and I feel like I'm gonna like have a diabetic shock or something. I'm not diabetic, but like I feel like I am when I eat that much sugar.
Yeah.
It's not good. I can't eat cheesecake. Same thing. It's like I eat it and I'm like, oh, I like start having the sweats. like I can't do it. I've never been able to, even when I was a kid. Sometimes I'll have it. It's good. I'm not gonna say I don't enjoy it. It's just I can't eat it. Start. So yeah, we already talked about the whole, like, you know, her feeling trapped and having to play nice to try to like placate the person that may or may not murder her, which is a very real fear that women have. The steamy entrails was, I think, excessive. Like when she gave birth to whatever that was, it was like the entrails are just on the ground. Afterbirth was like on the ground and like steaming. I'm like, could have done without that. The mouth open drooly monsters. That's gross, dude. Like, close your mouth. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, how much water would you have to drink to not be dehydrated by constant flowing drool out of your mouth?
Yeah.
That's kind of like when I see it, like monsters that just constantly drool. I'm like, how much water are you drinking? Like, where are you getting all this moisture from? Because like eventually you will dry out and dehydrate.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. And you know how much it would suck to drown in honey.
Yeah.
Because like that's the kind of thing, like even if they pulled your head out of the honey, you'd still be drowning.
Yep. So
Because the honey is like so thick, it would like it would
Yeah.
be in all your orifices. Like even if they pulled your head out, you'd still die. That sucks. I mean, I like honey, but I don't want to swim in it.
No?
No.
Weird.
That's all I got. All right, so Keeper 2025. What do you got?
Man, so like I said, Tatiana Slime killed it, but I think of these three movies, this was probably my least favorite. It's still good. So 6.75. I don't know if I need to watch this again, honestly.
You know, I'm gonna say I like it just as much as the Blackcoat's Daughter, just for different reasons.
Okay.
But, I'll give it an 8.
Fair enough.
All right, anything else you want to add?
No, take us home.
All right, so with Osgood Perkins behind us for now, we're now turning to one of the biggest franchises in the horror realm. That's right. We're going to cover the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Hell
and we're
yeah.
dedicating the whole month of August to Wes Craven because there's 9 Nightmare on Elm Street films. So that's 3 episodes right there. So then we added another episode of Wes Craven after that.
That's it.
That's all of Wes Craven's movies then. We will have done every single one of them.
Yep.
So yeah, but that's the whole month of August. So turn that AC up because it's time for some summertime dreaming.
Oh yeah.
So remember, we watch bad movies so you don't have to.
And this has been Graveyard saying, have you checked on the children?
This is Salem saying, long live the new flesh.